I will now give the floor to Ms. Scott Cato from the Greens. And I forgot to say at the beginning that this event has been hosted by Five Stars Movement and the Greens and the GUE, represented by Molly Scott Cato and Mr. Stefanek. And I will give the floor to Molly, please.
Thank you. It's a fairly common thing that we three share the progressive hostings in the Parliament. I wanted to start by thanking you both very much for bringing what is a very strong message, I feel, and actually quite a difficult message to listen to at times, but a very important message, and I'm really pleased to be hosting this event and encouraging our colleagues and our guests to think about the impact that their diet has in various different ways, and in this week particularly on the climate. So I am the Green host here, and I should say to the first comments that we're certainly not focused exclusively on climate change. And I think the reason I got into politics was because I see the global capitalist system is actually deeply problematic, and I'm sure that Stefan agrees with me about that. So I think this is, climate change is one issue, diet is an issue, but I think there are many, many issues we need to resolve, and I think the green philosophy tells you that all those issues are interrelated and we need to deal with them all simultaneously because they intersect with each other. And this whole debate has been a familiar debate in green circles for 10 or 20 years, so it isn't new to me, but I do think it still brings you up short when you think about it in connection with climate change. Actually, I mentioned this morning we had the American ambassador here, and I mentioned that this film would be showing, and he sort of went, Cowspiracy, like this, you know, so I thought, oh, that's good, maybe he'll go away and look that up afterwards, so that was a nice coincidence. Anyway, I think the film focuses very much on one particular style of agriculture. I also represent an agricultural region which is southwest England, where we have a quite different style of agriculture, but nonetheless one which I'm sure, as you mentioned, does have significant impacts. But I think one of the things I have to consider as a politician is how we make the move from the unsustainable systems that we have to more sustainable systems. It's interesting to see the global figures and to see the theoretical models of how things need to change, but that's very different when you're representing people whose livelihoods depend on agriculture and also perhaps don't have a vision of what the diet would be like in southwest England in February if it was a vegan diet. I mean, I've lived from locally produced vegetables coming in a box from a farm 2 miles down the road. That's quite a thin box in February. So, you know, I think those are the kind of conversations we need to have, actually making it real for people, explaining to them how their livelihoods would change. But I absolutely think after Paris, we're going to go in two directions after Paris, because Paris is largely, as you mentioned, about industry and carbon dioxide. After the Paris discussions, we're going to find that we still have far too much carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and what we need to do is firstly think about the seas and the way the oceans are likely at the moment to exacerbate that problem unless we find a way of dealing with that, and secondly the land management and agriculture that sequesters carbon most efficiently. And so this debate is very timely, and it's a debate I think we're going to continue to have and broaden and deepen as we go along. So, I mean, I think we've had plenty of data and statistics, so I probably won't go through the ones on my sheet, but just to say I'm very pleased to host a showing of the film and to share these insights here in the Parliament. And I think that in the new year we'll have to take this forward with different events and share this more widely with our colleagues, and also think what other actions we can take to bring this issue into the policy framework more than it is now.
Please, Stefan, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you for your attendance. For me, it's a very important evening because we are saying the truth. And in the past, there were enough lies. And now it's time to change because time is running out. And if we not convince our politicians everywhere in the world to react, sooner or later, I would say very soon, we will be confronted with a big catastrophe. Therefore, we have to react, everybody of you. Not tomorrow, not after tomorrow, right now, because time is running out. And there are different ways to react. But on one way, we have it in our hands, because we can change this world a little bit in the way what we have on our plate. Many, many small steps can make a difference. And therefore, I think spread out the message of this movie, and maybe we can still save the Earth before it is too late. Thank you.